on the intervention directed by His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, through the Right Honorable Prime Minister in the office of the Prime Minister. I hereby, on behalf of government as an RCC of Mbale City, hand over food items and other items for shelters to Mbale City local government to go and help the people there. Thank you.
So help me go.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me at this moment to thank the office of the Prime Minister for coming in handy and steadfast to see that our people who are affected by the natural calamities, especially in Mbale district, those who are most hit and those who are not most hit, all of them, the office of Prime Minister has come in very fast to see that we provide them food for the start. Meanwhile, we have medium and long-term plans of the government to see that our people are catered and are saved from such calamities in the future. I therefore take this opportunity to flag off the 20 tons of posho and 10 tons of beans and 150 taplings to the district to benefit our people who are most hit in the district, but we have more plans in the future to see that everybody who has been affected by this natural calamity is being taken care of as government. I therefore urge those who are going to be in the field to distribute this food to make sure that they give to the real people who are affected. Short of that, I'm going to arrest anybody who is going to play around with this food of the people who are affected. Therefore, I flag off this.
The office of the Prime Minister for this initiative. We promise that this supply will go to intended beneficiaries.
For me, I don't agree with government saying that they want to construct houses and then we locate our people there. Why? Because of the bureaucracies which is actually involved. The best thing you could do is to have people given money so that they can go and buy elsewhere, other than the government thinking that they will construct and take them there. Because of the bureaucracies, we just imagine from 2018 to date, what have they done really? So we need to give people money and then they move away. We are saying that the households or the house saying that 124 houses were completely destroyed. And then we also have, as per now, we have 1,634 households affected. So that is that. We are bad off. Case any point is actually Onare. If you move to Onare sub-county, the road is closed. Both of Sun and Sea, Panini Bungo. So in terms of roads and bridges, we are hit.
This food will be enough. As earlier, we covered the dispatch of food relief as well as non-food items relief to the Mbale City residents who are affected by the floods. And the same thing is going to happen here. We've come also to make sure that we are present when the chairman LC5 is flagging off food and non-food items which have been supplied by the Office of Prime Minister to the disaster affected people in Mbale district. This is the first consignment as we await for the comprehensive needs assessment report that will inform what is supposed to be added or provided to those people who have been greatly affected by the floods. So we are waiting for the loading and then we flag off the food to be distributed to the flood victims. There is 20 tons of maize flour and 10 tons of beans and 150 pieces of tarpaulin.
That's for
That is for Mbale district alone.
for
For the beginning, when we get the comprehensive report, which will bring out all the families and the total population that will require food and non-food items, then the Office of Prime Minister will be sending in the comprehensive, a complete package that will settle them and also make sure that they survive for a certain period until when they are settled. It has also the same tonnage, 20 tons of maize flour and 10 tons of beans, as well as 150 pieces of tarpaulin.
in total.
The total is 60 tons of food items and 300 pieces of tarpaulins.
We can have them house. But my only appeal is that it is normally sometimes much better when we get where we can, especially families that are willing, and if there is such help, can go those families, and then as we look for a better solution. Constructing in those areas. But people sometimes beat the system. You find that people will rush and do construction at night. The other time we had a problem in one of the areas where we were stopping people from constructing, and people are constructing at night. We had stopped someone on Palisa Road. You saw that you see the flat that is there. As we talk now, it's also soaked in the water, and those are places that do not have approved plans. People normally rush to do that at night. You know, the issues of you talk someone, you allow you whatever, before you know it, tomorrow the house is done. When you go there now, you see that flat is totally soaked with water, and you can imagine a situation if people are occupied. People actually occupy those buildings without occupation permit. So these are some of the challenges that we are facing with the community, and we still continue appealing to our people that this should really give us some lessons. You know, some challenges come with the lessons and the learning how to do things better. So that is more of course we are reacting, but I'm saying that in the long run we need to plan better, and that's what we are doing, is what we've been doing, and I'm sure most of these are in place. But like I've said that we've been doing this. Of course, we talk and people beat the system and do certain things, and then you roll the time, some of them are challenging reports. So before you know it, court has stopped anything, any activities. They also stop you from taking action. So those are some of the challenges that we move with as we go.
First of all, to impress on government to look here, something must be done. Already we have plans widening these channels and the business. It's unfortunate people have stayed on the wetlands. Many times we talk to them, but they are not willing. If you go to Kikindu market, people just throw garbage in the drainage. So I think as leaders we still have a way and a challenge to further appeal to our people, not to stay close or not to build close to these channels. That's the only way we can avoid these floods. The bridges, it's unfortunate, one of the mayor. The bridges that have been washed away have been in place, I think, since the 60s. There have been small bridges and worn out. I think as a city and as a district, and as MPs, we need to ask for road equipment, probably separate for the city. Now, I'm sure as a road mayor, he cannot work on those bridges. You have to appear on it. You know. Myself, I can't go my home. I'm Mukato. The bridge about 200 meters away from my home, I can't reach. I'm Mukato. So we need to have our own equipment, probably as a district, as a city, to immediately or to work on these calamities promptly. I think I should thank I'm similar aware about that bridge. Many times we have talked to UNRWA, the minister, and they have promised that within this budget, that bridge will be given a priority to be worked on. Not only that one, even the bridge where people have died, it's a national road. So that one they must also work on it. Although they are claiming they worked on the other one, the bypass, the southern, the Navyonga Rise. but the standards of that road cannot take the trucks. So we would insist UNRWA still takes up this bridge so that they could widen it up and build it a little higher to sort out such messes.
Fortunately, as I talk now, food arrived last night and we have it now. We are now calling upon our agents who going to collect lists for those who are affected totally. Of course, you may have been affected, but in a secondary uh, uh, state. But primarily, we are targeting those people who have no shelter at the moment, who don't have any means of food at the moment, are the ones we are targeting. So those who may not be in that other situation, we government is still working on ways of mobilizing resources to also cater for them. But my humble appeal is for you who are collecting names, please bring those real names of those people affected. Don't bring your relatives. Don't steal food. This food is for people who are affected, so that we save lives first, as the long-term intervention is also important.